I've always had an affinity and a love for the city, especially where we are down in East Augusta, which I was born and raised, in a challenging environment where it still today it persists a high level of crime, poverty, just all of the challenges of being a young black male. And somehow the Lord showed favor on me to get out and get an education at Augusta University as a non-traditional student. Mm-hmm. You know, I tried my college endeavor early on at Georgia Southern and I failed miserably. And I came home and took a hard-working job in a very hot environment at an old stinky paper mill. Mm-hmm. And I decided to try it again. So I went back as a non-traditional student, just taking one class at a time. And then realized that I have an affinity for business. So I changed my major to business and got a degree. It took me, I don't know, 6 years maybe. Mm-hmm. But finally finished and started a sales career. Mm-hmm. And that's where I really, what I can call, found my footing in that. I realized that I have a knack for being able to take complicated situations and turn them positive in a mutually beneficial way. It was an overwhelming experience at Christian Berry Field House. All of my family was there. I was finally able to accomplish a dream that was long in the process. You know, being a non-traditional student, taking 1-2 classes at night is tough. Yeah. You have to really be committed to doing it, especially after working 40, 50 hours a week. Good salespeople never have a problem finding a job. And I credit that with that great Augusta University education. But we started a business with nothing. I was the only employee. We didn't have any delivery trucks. I'm selling out of the back of a pickup truck. And we've grown into a multi-million-dollar business in a short span of 12 years. And I mean, if that's not only a testament to God, that's a testament to my faith, my wife, and who I am. You know, I'm never satisfied with anything. So I guess that's what led me to politics. Mm-hmm. Never being content or satisfied, especially when I looked at the condition of our city. When I looked at the quality, I don't want to say the quality, when I looked at the current political climate, I realized that there is an opportunity for change if the right candidate with the right message stepped forward. And I believe strongly that I was that candidate and I stepped forward. And then I take this one class to chase this dream, and it doesn't work out so well. Mm-hmm. And I ended up having to drop the class to keep from failing it. Right. So after sitting out a half a quarter, we were on the quarter system, sitting out half a quarter, praying about it and saying, well, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to go back and take that same class next quarter by a different professor. And I think I got a B. And that's when I kind of found my confidence. And that's what I love about this great country that we live in. It's now how you start. Neither of my parents graduated high school, but somehow he gave me the drive and the determination to achieve and to want to be more. And I credit Augusta State, Augusta University with all of that. We had great professors. Don Howard, I remember so fondly. He was a great marketing professor. And this is just so many. In accounting, gosh, there were just so many that, very instrumental in me learning and being able to accomplish my dream of securing a college degree. I am amazed at, the growth. If you look at across the state, Augusta University is only one of 2 institutions that are still experiencing growth. Right. And you see it throughout the community. So I'm excited about their future. I'm excited about the course offering now, the merger with the Medical College of Georgia, how they have moved over into the cyber world, they're offering degrees in cyber. So I'm excited about, the opportunities there for the students that they're attracting, not only from Augusta. Right. As I'm on campus, and I am often, I hear students coming to tour Augusta University from all over the state. Whereas that wasn't the case. You actually have what I consider a traditional student body population now. So I serve as a member of the advisory board, which I'm excited to do. Dr. Franza, who was the previous dean, asked me a few years ago about considering serving. They wanted to re-engage that board after COVID. Things kind of went silent, and but after COVID, he said, I want to re-energize and re-engage this board for the sake of, 1, helping to attract students, 2, help to drive curriculum that's relevant in today's business world and in business climate. So I was excited about the opportunity to serve. So I still serve there. It has been one of the most rewarding experiences that I could have never imagined. Being called the mayor of a city that I was born and raised in, to where I come from, my dreams didn't bring me this far. I remember seeing those people and say, well, those are the politicians. You would see them in passing or seeing them on the news. So oftentimes my wife and I, we pinch ourselves in that I literally can't go anywhere without people noticing me. I'm a normal, everyday person that will continue to do normal and everyday things. I don't need an entourage. I don't need a cheering section. All I need to be able to do is look my citizens in the eye and say, I'm doing what's in the best interest of Augusta, regardless of what color you are, regardless of what party affiliation you have, regardless of how you serve, and that I believe that will continue to strengthen our community. This shouldn't be about Democrat, Republican, or independent, black or white, Hispanic. We should all be about all Augusta, and that's who I am. Maybe I underestimated the role of mayor, but it was certainly flattering to get an invite to the White House with 13 newly elected mayors to be in the Oval Office with the president. This poor kid from East Augusta is shaking hands and took a picture with the president in the Oval Office. And I'm looking around like, how in the world did I get here? I realized then that this mayor thing was a very big deal, and that the sitting president, on his cabinet, there are at least 7 former mayors. And he said he likes the mayor's role because it is a heartbeat of our democracy. Mayors are in touch with the everyday citizens better than any elected office in the country. And that's why he thinks so highly of him. That's why he thought highly enough of me as a newly elected mayor to warmly welcome me to the White House, which I thought was phenomenal. And I think all of these life lessons have prepared me for this role of mayor. I believe in life believe it or not, it's like going to an expensive high-rise hotel that has elevators that go to certain levels. If you want to get up to 100, sometimes there's some elevators that go from 1 to 30, from 30 to 60. Sometimes you got to go over and go down to come back up. And life is that way. You have all of these challenges, and life is hard. It's all this stuff. But these challenges prepare you, and I always tell people the tough times always prepare you for the even tougher times. In that, nothing comes easy. And I've learned that in politics. Politics is contentious, it's it's crazy. It is. Yes. But life is that. No one will ever outwork us in anything. Even as mayor. I can't be outworked because when I put my mind to it, it just shows you, if you look at my track record, I am a worker. It shows working full time, going to college. I don't take this job as a ceremonial job as mayor. We are affecting people's lives and people's futures, so I take it very seriously. And I may still be in this honeymoon period, but the love and the responses that I've received have been overwhelming. And I tell you, my heart, I only want to do what's right for the city. I know some of these things are contentious and controversial, but I look at them from just a normal, everyday sense of how we get it done. Keep the politics out of it, keep my personal feelings out of it, what's in the best interest of the community as a whole. And that's what I've been doing. That's what I plan to continue doing.